Welcome out, everybody. It's Corey here again. I've not seen you guys in a while, but I'm back. We're going to be jumping into a little tutorial today, and I'm going to be teaching you guys how to draw a skull. You know, just a little fun little skull. I draw skulls all the time, so we are, I am. We're going to do it together, and I'm going to show you how to do it. Hey, man. It has been a while since I've got to sit down with you guys and do a fun and cool tutorial, and I'm really excited about this one because we're drawing skulls and I love to draw skulls. I draw them all the time. Whenever someone hits me up for a design, I typically start off with a skull and then they're like, can you put skin on that? And I'm like, okay, whatever. But I love skulls, they're fun. We all got them. I've not seen you guys in a long time. I am excited to do this with you. Sorry that I haven't been around doing tutorials. We've just been doing a lot of other things and cranking away, but you guys have still been amazing and faithful followers, and even to the point that there's 10,000 of you. We hit 10K on YouTube. Wow, very cool, super amazing. We're pretty psyched on it. So thank you guys. Thank you so much for subscribing and coming along on the Golden Press journey. Now, a little disclaimer. If you draw this skull with me today and we go through this little process and you just think, wow, I hate drawing skulls and I don't like doing that, hey, I'm here for you. I'm taking care of you. You can actually go to our website, and I actually just dropped a brand new skull brush pack for Procreate. It's super cool. You can just click and select different skulls and use them as a brush. And yeah, it's a really, really cool thing. So if you hate drawing and you want to watch this tutorial, hey, might as well jump on into the iPad. I'm using an iPad today. I use an iPad every day. But you don't have to use one if you don't have one. You can use pencil and paper, but today I'm using the iPad because that's what I like to use. Also, there's gonna be a free little template download on our website that's gonna walk you through these same steps. You can follow along here. You can download that template as a daily reminder of how to draw a skull, and pretty cool. So might as well do it. Drawing skulls is something I like to do all the time. It's just a fun little, kind of cool little picture to draw. They're cool. And they're not too challenging. And so I'm gonna break it down and give you kind of the basic structure of this skull, and that you can follow along and be able to draw your own skulls for yourself. Step one, we're just gonna jump in here, and I'm just using a little pencil, and this is just a little sketch layer. And I'm just gonna draw ourselves a nice little circle. Very simple, nothing super crazy. The next step for drawing the skull is I like to do just these little guidelines. And I kind of start basically maybe a little off center. So maybe this is the center. I'm gonna go maybe like right here and do this curved line. And it just kind of helps me know this is gonna be the center face of the skull. This skull is gonna be slightly off-centered, or kind of looking like maybe like a 45 kind of angle, and we're going to draw another little cross line basically in the middle, just kind of like this, and that is going to give us the foundation of our skull. Even if we want, we could just leave that there and hop up on another layer, and we can drop the opacity of that one as just this is just the framework. This is kind of the structure of this skull that we're going to be drawing. So back over here, whenever I draw skulls, the very first thing I like to start off with after I get my little guides is the nose. It just seems like a good place for me to start, and kind of starting in the middle and then just kind of build around it. So here we go. Noses, they're kind of like that jack-o'-lantern nose, little triangle. I like to just give it a little wobbly thing, kind of like that. And something fun about these type of skulls is you want your lines to be wobbly. You want them to be, not perfectly crisp, and it's just fun. So we do our little nosy guy, just like that, little triangle, and then I like to throw a little extra line up at the top up here as like the top part of the nose, like the bridge that connects into your skull. It's just a nice little added piece that gives a little more depth to your skull. The next thing I like to do is I'm gonna just start with like the left eye, kind of depending on what direction the skull's facing, but I'm gonna go over here, and I like to just kind of like right in the center point where these cross, I'm just gonna start my eye, and like I said, just do like a little wobbly circle, and I like to just have it sticking into the nose, like the nose is protruding just a little bit and blocking a portion of that eyeball. Then we're gonna do the other eye just over here, and honestly, I'm not mad about that. I like to do them kind of with that wobbly feel, you know, just that kind of swiggly line motion, and there we go. Looks like we got some good looking eyes, and yeah, that's just kind of the shape that I always draw eyeballs for skulls. Sometimes I make them more wobbly, sometimes I make them less. The next step, pretty simple, not too hard. You know, right now we got some nose, some eyeballs, and then I'm gonna go over here and I'm gonna draw this little squiggly type line. It's gonna frame up the eyes, and then I like to have a little tail at the end of it. So go in, do this little squiggle, frame up the eyes, and have a little tail right down there. You could do another one on this side. I think in my the little template, in the template that I drew for you guys, I think I do have a bit of a little squiggle over there, but you don't have to have that. You can if you want. I think I'm gonna maybe leave it out for this particular one. Then the teeth. Again, we're drawing a skull, this is easy. We're just doing these little teeth right off of this section, kind of where the circle and that line connect. And we're just gonna go down and just do these little U shapes. And we just can do a few of them. We're making this kind of cartoony style skull. And then the last one, and I just kind of give them to the length of or just the distance that the eyes are covered, you know, right here. And so yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4 teeth, and this last one, I'm gonna curve it up and send it kind of back. And it kind of helps frame up our skull a little bit. Then we're just basically gonna follow this circle for the top part of the skull. And actually gonna erase a little bit of this line, so you don't want it that far. Gonna start right here and just follow along that circle. And if you want, you could just complete it right there, and you got a little half skull. That is always fun. You know, maybe you could add like some more detail to it, but basically if you wanted to not have the bottom jaw, that's how you do a half skull. But I'm gonna still have the bottom jaw on this one, so we're just gonna bring it kind of not all the way around and leave an open gap. Next step is I like to do some bottom teeth. And so just, you know, right over here, we're gonna start with our bottom teeth. And that first bottom tooth, I like to give it a little bit of a lip, kind of like this. It just gives the little skull a little more personality. So I like to bubble it out a little and then come down and just do a little bit of a line like that. We can keep it all squiggly if we want and have it shoot up. And then we're gonna connect it halfway. So I don't know if that makes sense. I'm gonna just draw it again and hopefully it makes sense. Like I said, we're gonna throw our little lip, come down, we're doing the little chin. I like to do just that little shoot off line and then just click right back in there, keep it nice and wiggly and bring it back up, and kind of make that jaw. Just sort of like that. That one, it feels like it's too big. That feels better. Yeah, I'm cool with that. So this is our bottom jaw. Right over here, I like to add just this little, I don't know, dark zone. That's like the shadow inside the mouth. And then the bottom teeth, we just need to do little connecting lines in between each of those little gaps. Throw another maybe line right up there to like show more of a bony zone. I don't know. And then we can connect this line right down there to where that bottom jaw goes. And basically the last thing you want to do is just this little side thing right here. It's just, I don't know, it's just like that side hole in the side of your skull. And literally it's just this little squiggle shape, kind of hooks around, and yeah. Skulls are wobbly and wiggly, so you can really get kind of wild with your lines and make them as squiggly as you want or not as squiggly. I like to add a nice little squiggle centerpiece right there. It just kind of helps frame up the skull. And we can turn off those guidelines. And okay, cool. You know, we have kind of a skull going on here. And this is just our sketch. And so right now it's looking okay. It's looking all right. The next step is just finalizing this skull and making it sharp and crispy. So we have our sketch. We can drop the opacity on this a bunch, make a new layer, and then I'm gonna choose my black pen, or like a black whatever liner. I'm gonna choose this kind of smooth liner, and change the size on that a little bit. We're going this size. That's the perfect size, I love it. Now we're just gonna clean up our lines. You know, we have our rough sketch layer. We're gonna go in, clean up these lines, make them look cool, and give this skull a little bit more personality. And so, on a new layer, and then just gonna go in and redraw this stuff. So, you know, we just outlined our sketch, and it looks fine as is, but I always like to add just these little extra lines to all my designs that just give the design a little bit more texture, get a little more depth to it. And I don't know, there's not too much of a method behind it besides just like following the shapes and finding empty areas that could maybe use some little extra lines. So I'm just gonna show you what I'm talking about. Like this little bottom curve of the chin, you know, it could use a nice couple little lines like that. Or maybe just one kind of like thicker one like that. Maybe a little off, yeah. You know, and I'm just following like the shape of the design, wherever I feel could add some little extra life and love to the design. We can maybe add some right here to give a little more context of the shape of the eye. That's probably cool. Maybe another one down there. And this is kind of like going to be like a shadowy area because it's like being covered, or like it's, you know, going behind something, so we can add some little shadow lines. This one, a little bit like that. Big curved lines up at the top of the skull. Maybe just one of those. There you guys go. That's how I draw skulls. You know, it's fun stuff. It's good stuff. You know, if you went through this whole tutorial and you decide drawing skulls is not for me, I'd rather just, you know, touch the page and create a skull that I drew for you guys. Hey, head over to the website, pick up the skull pack for Procreate, and, you know, make some cool designs with those skulls. And, you know, go on the website again, grab that little template, follow that tutorial, that little template to show you how to draw skulls, and, you know, be a cool little thing. And man, thanks so much. Thanks for tuning in and watching me goof around and draw a fun little picture. And thanks again, all you guys, all 10,000 subscribers of you guys. You are a huge blessing to us. We're super grateful. Now, if you're watching this and you've not subscribed, you're snoozing. We want to see you there. We want to see you in the air, and we want you to subscribe. So drop a like, drop a comment, drop a sub. We love you. We miss you. We'll see you there. We'll see you in the air. We'll arf on you later, little doggies. Arf. Good luck, Jared.
Been a while. We're out of practice.
Been a while.